Yes, I'm your host, Todd Huff. Email, todd@toddhuffshow.com. Facebook.com/Todd Huff Show. Thoughts, opinions, feedback, adoration, and praise, all accepted on those at that email address. Lots, of course, to get into today. Yesterday in the state of Georgia, Sidney Powell, her lawsuit was tossed out by the Georgia court. Tossed out. Multiple reasons cited. Lack of standing is one of those reasons. But another peculiar thing that happened was that the court actually said she should have brought the lawsuit against the Dominion machines much earlier in the process. That's what she should have done. I guess she should have made the lawsuit before the parties involved with all the nefarious activities in Georgia, before they did that. Anyway, it is unbelievable times that we're dealing with. She says that the case will be, she thinks, headed to the Supreme Court, along with a couple of others. There's so much to keep up with regarding this these developments. It's a little bit overwhelming, but fear not. We are on it here at the Todd Huff Show. In fact, last night here she was on Newsmax, kind of giving a quick little update on things. Here is an exchange she has there.
The fact that the CFIUS, the organization of heads of various agencies, ever approved this a number of years ago, I find absolutely appalling.
Supreme Court tomorrow for you?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Will you be in the Supreme Court tomorrow? You said emergency relief. Does that entail you going there? How's that going to actually work?
That's going to work as fast as we can humanly make it work. It may not be tomorrow, but we also have a case out of Michigan that needs to go, a case out of Arizona that may very well wind up there. There should be at least 3 states before the Supreme Court with enough electoral votes to change the outcome before the end of the week.
Sidney Powell, I wish I was an attorney.
So there you go. 3 cases potentially, she says, that should be before the Supreme Court by the end of the week. The clock is ticking, not just on these cases, also on the re-elect or the runoff elections in the state of Georgia. Georgia is in a very unique situation where both of their Senate seats are up for runoff elections, not just general election, which is rare enough. You know, you're supposed to have Senate seats. Senate terms are 6 years, and there are a third of Senate seats that are up each election, roughly. Sometimes there's retirement, so that number can fluctuate, at least for elections to replace someone who's retiring, and then they'll get back on the regular schedule and so forth. But by and large, there should be 33 or 34 Senate elections every year, and there should only be 1 from each state, right? And in fact, this year in Indiana, we did not have any Senate races. We will in 2022. That will be Senator Todd Young, the incumbent, who I still waiting to hear back from. Still waiting to see what they're going to do as far as leading here, along with the vast majority of other elected Republicans, unless we get their attention, unless we send enough emails, make enough phone calls. Like I said, just get their attention. This is what the status quo is, to put your head down and hide in the basement. But in Georgia, they don't have that luxury, except for they are still doing the same thing. They're not coming out, and this is what Lynn Wood has been crying for. I don't mean that in a bad way, just pleading with David Perdue, pleading with Kelly Loeffler, saying, stand up and demand that your party in the state of Georgia has a special session. Brian Kemp, Brad Raffensperger, Jeff Duncan, get their attention, demand this, because folks, we're heading to this election. But put yourself, I know we have listeners in Georgia, but the most of our listeners are not in Georgia. Just imagine what it's like to think we have the whole nation, number one, is watching what's happening here. Number two, we have this scenario in place where we just witnessed through the hearings, through the court cases, just through the affidavits themselves, we have witnessed an incredible amount of fraud. We haven't personally witnessed, but through those who have signed sworn affidavits, which they can go to jail. They could be charged with perjury if they are lying. Through that evidence, folks, we have seen a lot of reasons that we have zero faith in what's happening in Georgia, between the workers, between the multiple countings of ballots, between the suitcases of ballots, totes, or whatever you want to call these things that are wheeled out. They're trying to tell us there's nothing, of course, to see here. This is the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to, I guess, in the state of Georgia, and in other states, by the way, not just picking on Georgia, but Georgia's the one that's guilty of this. You're supposed to, I guess, fake a water pipe bursting and then telling partisan poll workers to go home for the evening. I guess that's the way this is supposed to work. I guess you're also supposed to then will out the ballots and count them multiple times. Ironically, and of course has nothing to do with no one being in the room, the massive vote spike for Biden occurs during the time when no Republican poll watchers were in the room. That's all. It's all just a heck of a coincidence. You see this stuff and you're in Georgia and you're asking yourself, and I don't think we've touched on this yet, but this whole thing, Lynn Wood's out there saying, don't vote for these jokers. You got Trump going down there and saying, vote for, he doesn't say these jokers, but part of me thinks he may as well say that. Vote for these jokers. No one, you take Trump out of this equation and you think, what would we know about this fraud? Where would we be economically? Where would we be politically? As far as some of the fundamental issues in this nation. It's one of the things that perplexes me about the never Trumpers. The never Trumpers, they talk about things that Trump has done as though he's not doing it right before their very eyes as the reason that they're opposing Trump. We want to be a big tent party. Well, Trump is the one who has more black American support since 1960. Hispanic support, massive growth in that as well. I mean, Trump did better statistically with virtually every group out there. Still somehow managed to lose the election. Right? He won more votes. In fact, Levin had someone on the other night explaining, just forget about all the evidence of fraud. Just look at the markers as to if you were to ask, he said, this expert guest, which is, I don't have the name in front of me, so forgive me for that. I wasn't expecting to say this, but he said, if you were to bring in experts, 100 of them, and you said, here are the results. Trump got more votes and all this different stuff like this. You look at the states of Florida and Georgia, whoever won those states almost always wins, at least in modern times, the presidency. On and on down the list this goes. All these bellwethers, all these districts, like for example Vigo County in Terre Haute, just west of Indianapolis, I don't know, 60 miles or so. And if you look at that district, that county picks the winner every year, every presidential race, except for I forget the year, a long time ago. And there's lots of counties and places like that. All these indicators, all of them, they all went to President Trump. And it's not that some of them didn't this year. It's that all of them did this year, and yet that still wasn't the case. It's a remarkable situation to find ourselves in. But you look at all this, and you're a Georgia voter, and you're looking here that early voting starts next week. Next week, you're supposed to have faith in your elections because Raffensperger and Jeff Duncan and Brian Kemp tell you to. Don't believe your lying eyes. Believe instead your elected politicians. And so Lynn Wood's out there. He's, of course, involved in some of these lawsuits. He's telling Georgians, don't vote in this election unless they, the Republicans, they especially being David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, if they don't come out and demand from Brian Kemp, from Brad Raffensperger, Jeff Duncan in Georgia to have a special session to figure out what exactly happened here, to get the evidence out, which I saw Jenna Ellis, I think it was Jenna Ellis last night, saying that the new strategy here is to refuse to even see the evidence. Don't let people even see this. The Democrats, the opposition to these lawsuits, are saying, do not dismiss these cases out of hand. Let's not even get to the meat here, like yesterday's case, right? Standing, which of course you have to have standing, but it's a little bizarre, don't you think, that they should have brought charges against these related to these machines before they saw exactly how these machines were used. There's lots of things that happened that were unique that we just found out in this. In fact, we're just still finding out in Georgia. Like, for example, the machines were not supposed to be connected to the internet. Now, how are you supposed to know that that's the case before it happens? Doesn't matter, because they'll say the courts ruled against Sidney Powell and the Trump legal team, even though they're not one and the same. They lump everybody together and say they can't win in the courts. This is the joke. This is a disaster. This is a catastrophe. Meanwhile, none of this evidence gets heard by the vast majority of people. They think Trump's just throwing a temper tantrum, when instead there are 5,000. I've seen 5,000 is what's reported. 5,000 affidavits. 5,000. You talk about a conspiracy. 5,000 regular Joe Blows across this country signing documents that could put them away, put them in prison, make them guilty of perjury. They all willingly signed these papers. But Lynn Wood's out there saying, do not vote. Lynn Wood's point is simple, and I'll get to this, and there's a lot of things I want to get to, but Lynn Wood's point is simple. And I've actually had a conversation with a good friend about this. He's all worked up. He says, Kelly Loeffler was terrible in the debates. She looked robotic and all that. I didn't watch the debate. I can't vote in this thing. But it's, the televised. You can see it from anywhere now because of the importance placed on this particular election and both of these elections. David Perdue didn't even show up for his debate against John Ossoff. But anyway, you got the fear, right? This lady's robotic. She's not likable. What's going on? This is not good. I said she's the same person she was a month ago. I think if you want to worry about something, worry about the fact that whatever they did back in November, they're planning to do in January. That's the plan. And that is the angle that Lynn Wood is looking at this from. Now, if we lose the Senate, we have to lose both of these to lose control of the Senate. But if we lose the Senate, that's a massive, devastating, terrifying proposition for conservatives, for Republicans. You look at things like the end of the filibuster in the Senate. You look at things like, oh my goodness, the changes to our electoral system. I shared yesterday that they want to nationalize the way that elections are managed. They want to do away with the Electoral College. They want to make D.C. and Puerto Rico states. They want to do all sorts of things that are contrary to the founding of this republic. They want to pursue the Green New Deal. They want to, they're globalists by and large in the Democrat Party. Globalism equals more power for these folks. They're in the inner circle on even a larger stage internationally. We got this. By the way, Tucker Carlson exposed something going on between Chinese leaders and how they have direct access to people in the upper echelon of the American government. Those individuals were unnamed, but nonetheless, a highly influential Chinese leader was out speaking about this, and it's on tape now, and it's been interpreted, and it's been confirmed. The interpretation has been confirmed by multiple interpreters. So we got a mess on our hands. Lynn Wood's saying don't vote. Most people are saying we have to vote. We have to win this. Trump out there as well. In fact, Trump's saying this, if we lose, it's Raffensperger and Kemp's fault, Brian Kemp, Jeff Duncan. It's their fault for not demanding that Georgians have confidence in this. And that really, to me, is the question. Do we really think that they're not going to – yeah, Oz is telling me it's time to wrap up. But do we really think it's that they're not going to cheat in this election? Does anyone out there believe that? Based upon what we've seen, do we believe that they think, okay, we got away with it by the skin of our teeth. Okay, now let's just play by the rules. You really think that's going to happen? So I think to Lynn Wood's point, he's saying the only way that we really have a chance to win is if they are held accountable for what's happened so far, and that an investigation is done, a special hearing is done, so that we can fix that situation and then proceed with making things better this upcoming election, which is just, 4 weeks away. Actually, it starts next week with early voting. I think Georgia's a state right now that's in a position to be doing early voting. They have no idea what's going on. No idea what's going on in the state of Georgia. Lynn Wood says if we want to make this right, we've got to demand that they fix it, that they hold themselves, that they are held accountable for what's happened so far. That's the way to win this, Lynn Wood says, and he's got a heck of a point, by the way. Others are saying, look, we can't win this if we don't vote. You know, they don't have to cheat at all if we don't show up. True, but they're already poised to cheat. They are going to cheat. Get that through your head. This is not what if they cheat. We know that they will do exactly what they planned to do before, or what they did before. This is going to be a mess. We know it's going to be a mess. Anyway, timeout is in order, really long in this segment. So I'm going to take a quick timeout, come back, continue our discussion, get into a lot of other things today as well. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back here in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indie Trading Post, you can have an awesome and safe shooting experience in our family-friendly environment. Firing a weapon on full auto is something you will always remember. Schedule some range time today and let Indie Trading Post give you the real machine gun shooting experience. We guarantee you'll have a blast. Give us a call at 317-782-4867 or schedule your range time at fullautoindy.com.
Seems like just yesterday that you couldn't find a quiet place to think in your home. Now all the kids have flown the nest and you find yourself wondering what to do with all of that extra space. This is Bruce of Bruce Richardson Realty. My team and I understand that life changes, and so do your home needs. So whether you're downsizing or upsizing, give us a call at 317-507-3285. Let us help you find the best fit for your residential or your commercial property needs. 317-507-3285.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Our word can't be diluted, because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in Central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Welcome back. So I want to share with you, if you've not seen this, this is quite remarkable. Tucker Carlson last night. I know many of you are mad either at Tucker for his remarks about Sidney Powell and that I guess beef that erupted regarding her unwillingness, he says, to provide evidence. And she said she was happy to. In fact, she said that she sent evidence, some previously unreleased affidavit, I believe, she sent to Tucker Carlson. Wasn't enough for Tucker. She says, regardless, Tucker's mad at her. She's mad at Tucker. She said Tucker was rude. What? I don't know. All I know is that some of you are mad at Tucker. I know many of you, most of you, dare I say almost all of you listening to my voice today are mad at Fox News. Fox News called Arizona, seems like 5 minutes into the counts. Fox News is not the same Fox News. They've seemed to have made a pretty dramatic turn on some things. They still have, of course, some personalities out there. Maria Bartiromo, for one, of course, Tucker and Hannity, that are trying to at least talk about this and make sure that their viewers know about this. But everyone there is supposed to refer to Joe Biden as the president-elect, which, of course, he still is not. He still is not. In fact, Candace Owens won a court case against, I think, PolitiFact. PolitiFact, they had to make a retraction and a correction, saying that, yes, in fact, Biden was not president-elect. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because they have the media on their side, and most folks don't know about that. But Tucker last night has a piece on China, and in particular, Well, I want you to just hear this. If you've not heard this, this is quite a remarkable thing. But I want you to... I debated about playing this because the video he shares is in Chinese, and I don't know, or in Mandarin, I guess. I don't know how many of you out there speak fluently. So I'm going to give you the gist. There's subtitles. I'm going to tell you what's being said. I'm not going to be able to read all of them because some of these things move ultra fast, and I can't. I'm not that good, folks. Good, but I'm not that good. Kidding. Okay, so setting the scene here. Tucker Carlson is just setting up this segment where you have a professor in China who's tied to the government, who's out giving speeches. This has been scrubbed, Tucker says, from social media in China, but we have it thanks to, I guess, to Tucker's team or I don't know if someone else has provided this to Tucker. I have no idea. But so Dominion voting systems, they say, has been tied to China. You may, if you're on social media, you may have seen the connections between Brian Kemp in China and all this stuff. And you may have seen the Georgia business.cn. That's Chinese websites. There's also, you can go look at this. It's a Georgia, I guess, website here where they're trying to attract businesses from China. Again, I can't read this because it's all in presumably Mandarin. But anyway, I want you to listen to this, what Tucker says, and I'm going to do my best to tell you what this gentleman speaking, this Chinese professor, what he's saying to his audience. Here you go.
We want to start tonight with evidence, with a remarkable video. This video was recorded a little over a week ago, on November 28th. The man you're about to see speak is a professor from Beijing called Di Dongcheng. The video comes from an appearance that he made on a Chinese television show about Wall Street and international trade. Di Dongcheng works at Renmin University in Beijing. He is also, like so many in academia in China, a servant of his country's government. This video was deleted from Chinese social media soon after being uploaded, and there's a reason for that, as you'll see.
And the Trump administration is has a trade war with us, so why can't we fix the Trump administration, he says. Why between 1992 and 2016 did China and the U.S. used to be able to settle all kinds of issues? He lists some examples here. So why can we do that in the past? We fixed everything in 2 months, he says. What is the reason? I'm going to throw something out there that may be a little bit explosive. It's just because we have people at the top. Laughter. At the top of America's core inner circle of power and influence, we have our old friends. That's what he says. We have our old friends. Oh, I tell you what, you listen to that in light of what we've seen here. You can see why people throw the name China into the mix. You can see why they point out some of these connections with Dominion voting systems. All this, I mean, it's deep. The connections, and if what he's saying is true, it's very problematic, and it should be for every American citizen. We shouldn't care. You know, it's remarkable. We had years of President Trump being, tied to Putin. So ridiculous to me. Putin's puppet. I mean, give me a break. Now we have a leader, a professor in China, making a speech to an audience. This has now been scrubbed in the wake of an election, in the wake of people making connections to Dominion voting systems in China in some cases, and politicians in China in some cases. On down the line, he's out there saying this. And yet Trump's the one that's connected to Putin, they say. This professor says that we have our old friends at the top. That's why we could fix things up until the Trump administration, and that's why, presumably, we're going to start fixing things again. You think about Biden's connection through Hunter Biden to China. Just think about all that. I mean, it's remarkable. It's remarkable to look at this and to see that they so brazenly just walk around proclaiming this stuff. He says that we had our friends. The audience chuckles. Ha 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 ha. I don't know. In China, they might put a laugh sign up. You better laugh or we're gonna send you to the worker camps. By the way, did you see the video? I retweeted this if you want to see this. It's heartbreaking. But video in Hong Kong of individuals being shipped away from their friends and family. The families are beating on the sides of the buses. The buses have these, I don't know, like a chain link fencing down the windows and so forth, but they're wailing and screaming and beating on the windows because their family members, friends, loved ones, whatever, are being shipped off into China to re-education camps. Let that sink in. Re-education camps from Hong Kong to China. This is the same nation. China is not... Look, we need to figure out a way to deal with China, but they are not an ally. They are not... We have to be paying very close attention to what's happening in China. They have some very bad intentions, folks. They need to be watched ultra carefully. And we definitely don't need people who owe China something, who are in cahoots with China in the upper echelon, I should say, of our government. Anyway, a quick timeout is in order. When we get back, I want to shift gears and including share with you an Employee of the Month honor. Employee of the Month honor being bestowed upon one of America's most infamous members of Congress, which I think is fantastic. Share that with you after the break. Sit tight. Be back here in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at zuluscape.com.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect. We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
Would you like to save 20% or more on your insurance? Let AIA and Avon do a free comparison for you. As an independent agent, we can find savings that fit your needs and budget. We work for you, not the insurance companies. Whether your insurance need is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com.
Welcome back, folks. I love this story. Daily Caller. Oh, I tell you what. I love people who think like this. Politics headline: Goya Foods CEO named Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez Employee of the Month when her boycott spiked his sales. I love it. Here's what the article says. Goya Foods CEO Bob, and I believe it's pronounced Unanuna. Bob Unanuna, that's the CEO, says sales spiked so dramatically after AOC's calls for a boycott that he named Democratic New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as, quote, Employee of the Month. He told Michael Berry that his sales spiked 1,000% after Ocasio-Cortez supported a cause to boycott Goya Foods in mid-July. Do you remember this? He was tied to he was on one of those Trump teams or something. He came to the White House. I can't even remember. Going back through some old tweets in this. Julian Castro is one that was calling, I think, for the boycott. He says Goya Foods has been a staple of so many Latino households for generations. Now their CEO is praising a president who villainizes and maliciously attacks Latinos for political gain. Americans should think twice before buying their products. That was back on July 9th this summer. AOC's tweet was this: oh, look, it's the sound of me Googling how it's remarkable here. How to make your own adobo. Anyway, he's given her the Employee of the Month award. This is how you combat this, by the way, folks. You laugh at this nonsense. You have fun with this nonsense. Let's see. I hope that they have a picture of her hanging up on the wall. I do. I hope they have whatever month she won. If it's December, put her up there. Put her up there with all the rest. I think that is fantastic because it goes to show, it illustrates some of the stupidity that we're dealing with in our nation's government. It's another reason why I don't call for boycotts. I don't do that. I think oftentimes this is precisely what happens, especially in this highly polarized culture that we are living in today, this highly politicized world that we live in. Everything is political. I've said this: what you eat, what you drink, what you wear, what you drive, where you go to school, what your favorite team is, whether or not you watch the NFL, NBA, whatever, whether you get a coronavirus vaccine when they're available, whether you wear a mask, if you're wearing your mask properly, if you're touching your mask, how you say the word mask, on and on down the line, right? This is the world that we live in. This is the world that we live in. And I'll say we here do it differently. I think instead of having the cancel culture and instead of contributing to that crazy mindset of saying we don't want to buy from anyone who disagrees with anything that we think, instead of doing that, what we try to do is say, we're going to provide you a list or a group of advertisers. You hear their ads airing during our commercial breaks, which we're about to hit one here in just a moment. And you have the opportunity to check them out and to give them the opportunity to earn your business. Instead of canceling people that, disagree with you ideologically or whatever, why not look to support those, at least give them a fair chance of earning your business if they are making programs like this possible. That's the thinking. In fact, we're developing a new kind of catch-all here, supportouradvertisers.com. You can go to that link today, and you can see a list of our advertisers. You can see who they are, and we're going to continue to build that out and list other folks who maybe aren't just on the air, for folks who have, smaller budgets or they don't do radio or whatever. If they want to support this program and get their message out to you, we give them the opportunity to do that as well. Supportouradvertisers.com. We're going to build that page up, and even once we get this fully launched, give you an opportunity to go back and say, hey, I bought from one of your advertisers. Cool. We'll take you at your word. We know you're conservative and honest. You put in the information, your name, and who you bought from, and you're going to get a free gift from us. Really kind of a cool concept, I think. Supportouradvertisers.com. But we're not going to call for boycotts. But I tell you what, if someone does boycott this show or whatever, we're going to have some fun with it, just like Goya Foods did, naming AOC their employee of the month. I love it, folks. Quick timeout is in order. Sit tight. Back here in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items, at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
We all know having health insurance doesn't always equal health care. That's why at Freedom HealthWorks, we believe the key to maintaining good health is based on a straightforward, personal relationship with your physician. With our direct doctor-patient relationship model, we remove your healthcare middleman and replace him with transparent pricing and incentive to call your doctor at the first sign of illness. So if you're ready to experience real care from a doctor that really cares about you, go to freedomhealthworks.com and learn more about the benefits of our direct primary care model. Freedom HealthWorks. Be treated better.
I want to get one more season out of my furnace or air conditioner. Have you or someone you know ever made that statement? Economy heating, air conditioning, and plumbing has heard it a lot. Did you know that furnaces and air conditioners are most likely to break down when they're under stress? That means during the hottest and coldest months of the year, like those months quickly approaching us. With winter on the horizon, now is the time to replace that old rickety unit. With 0% financing for up to 72 months and up to $600 in instant rebates, now is the time to buy. Doing great work is Economy's priority, and the satisfaction of their customers is their number one goal, guaranteed. Make your home comfortable this winter. Contact Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today by calling 317-831-5279 or visit them at economyheatingandair.com.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting
to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life, living the compassion of Christ.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill a Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with zero body fillers, zero painting, and zero diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com. And remember, folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing, and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick.
Dial the number, spell the words. For on time.
You can make Christmas special for local families. Shepherd Community Center needs your donation for toys, hats, and gloves for children in need this holiday season. If you believe Christmas is about caring for others, help us make it special by sharing your blessings this season in the lives of those struggling. Help a child today. For more information on how to donate or volunteer, call 317-375-0203 or visit shepherdcommunity.org.
Welcome back. Speaking about support our advertisers, I should remind you that we are doing a program with our friends at Shepherd Community Center, east side, near east side of Indianapolis, serving Indianapolis's poorest zip code, offering Christmas gifts to those families in need. You can find out more by visiting their website, caringatchristmas.com, caringatchristmas.com. Folks, you can get gifts and drop them off in person. You can shop at Target, Amazon, shop and just have them shipped directly to Shepherd or anything anything in between. But we have 3 drop-off locations. If you have gifts to give out in person, one's at Freedom 95, the studio's in Franklin, one is in our offices in Mooresville, and the other is at Mr. Quick Home Services up on 86th Street. I think it's 86th and Georgetown on the northwest side of Indianapolis. Oz is thinking about that. I may have to correct that. But anyway, really quickly, something else I want to share with you. That I think is fantastic. I saw this during the Blaze headline here, or on the Blaze. Republican congressman introduces bill requiring Americans to be alive to vote. This is another way. This is another way that you can combat some of this insane stupidity that we are looking with out there. Republican Congressman Brian Babin, Republican from Texas, proposed the You Must Be Alive to Vote Act last week. He says the right to vote is one of the most vital pillars of our democracy, the founders of which are election integrity and confidence in our democratic processes. The ease with which someone is able to steal the ballot of a deceased person and cast an illegitimate vote should disturb, alarm, and outrage every American citizen, no matter what side of the aisle they sit on. Hear, hear. Absolutely right, by the way. To protect, that is if they're interested in fairness and injustice. But anyway, he continues, to protect our democratic process and Americans' faith in our elections, we must ensure that deceased individuals are not allowed to remain on state voter rolls. So they'll let dead people vote. Obviously, right? Anyway, I love the creativity. Got to take a break. Sit tight. Back here to wrap up in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
You can make Christmas special for local families. Shepherd Community Center needs your donation for toys, hats, and gloves for children in need this holiday season. If you believe Christmas is about caring for others, help us make it special by sharing your blessings this season in the lives of those struggling. Help a child today. For more information on how to donate or volunteer, call 317-375-0203 or visit shepherdcommunity.org.
It's deer season. Whether you are an experienced hunter or just looking to start, the Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has the deer gear you need. With an indoor archery range, huge product selection, and a friendly staff ready to answer all your questions. We can help you through bow, gun, and muzzleloader season. Make the Outdoorsman in Greenwood part of your deer camp this year. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. Happy hunting.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $200 $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Why would you call a company called Commercial Service for your home heating, cooling, and plumbing? Same question I had, because they have provided over 70 years of quality service and Trane products for both homes and businesses in Central Indiana. It's hard to stop Commercial Service, and it's hard to stop a Trane. Give them a call. I'm glad I did.
Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service, commercial-grade service for your home.
Welcome back really quickly here. Attorney General in the state of Michigan, Dana Nessel. You would think right now she has enough going on with all the lawsuits and the election mess and fraud in the state of Michigan. But instead, over the weekend, she tweeted out something about being offended or tired of people saying Merry Christmas. Apparently, her family didn't celebrate Christmas. She deleted the original tweet, and now she's replaced that tweet with something else, really bemoaning the fact that people say Merry Christmas this time of year. It's one thing if you know someone doesn't celebrate Christmas and you go up to them if they're Jewish or an atheist, but folks, in the general sense, everybody celebrates Christmas. It's a common phrase, at least here. I gotta go. SDG. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Our sense of smell stimulates memory and emotion. A scent can seemingly transport us to another place in time,
Homemade, hand-poured candles and melts from spur-of-the-moment creations will give your nose the experience the rest of your body is missing during any season of the year. Crackling firewood, fresh-cut grass, Macintosh apple, and even racing fuel are some of their over 200 engaging fragrances. Visit spurofthemomentcreations.com and enter coupon code TODD at checkout to receive 15% off your order today.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Do you have 10 years of construction experience? Reformation LLC specializes in residential construction and is looking for a mentor and team leader to fill a general superintendent position. Our company was founded to provide training and mentoring to individuals coming out of substance abuse addiction. We believe your past doesn't dictate your future. If you have experience, we have a place for you at Reformation. We have a passion for seeing lives and homes transformed. Contact us today at reformationllc.com or 317-643-1952.